Everybody set? Good afternoon. I want to welcome everyone here to Griffiths International Airport and our corporate hangar. County Executive Anthony Pacenti, and I welcome you here. And I'm about to welcome a good friend, the Senator here. Before I do that, I want to acknowledge some of the people that have joined us here today. Of course, Senator Griffo represents Rome. Senator, thank you for being here. Mayor Joe Fusco, who's with us today. Minority Leader of the County Board of Legislators, Frank Tellerino, has joined us. Also with us, Dick Gifford, Commissioner of Aviation here at Griffiths, and Mary Carol Kruschicki, who's head of the Cyber Alliance, and you're going to hear from her in a little while. Senator Schumer is joining us here today, and the Senator is here to work with us, as he has been, on many issues here at Griffiths International Airport. The Senator is and has been just always a great friend to the Mohawk Valley, to Oneida County, and to this facility. He has worked tirelessly in securing millions of dollars in federal funding from the FAA for Griffiths over the years. He has worked steadily with us on all aspects of economic development through Oneida County and through this region, as he does each and every day amongst his many other duties as a leader in the United States Senate. So he is here to talk about how we're going to move forward, and he's going to help us to lead with the New Air unmanned aerial system test site that we hope to achieve here at Griffiths. The Senator has put and is putting a full court press on, and he's going to talk to us about it today. He is going to continue to work with us on all aspects of this airfield, as well as I said, economic development activities and technology. He has been a force with us in our efforts on nanotechnology and working with the Army Corps and all of the other agencies throughout the state and federal government. So without any further ado, let me welcome a great friend to Oneida County, a great friend of mine, a great leader in this United States, Senator Chuck Schumer. Senator.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you. Well, thank you, Tony. Great to be here. I'm proud to be here. And as Tony said, I always look to help Oneida County, my father's hometown or home county, as well as this great airport. And in fact, just recently we were able to get $6 million, an additional $6 million for the airport to upgrade the lighting systems, taxiways, and hangars. They make Griffiths even more attractive as the site we're going to talk about for a minute. So let me say this. I always fight hard for jobs for the Mohawk Valley and for Oneida County. And you try to fight for every job. But there are certain things that create a lot of jobs, that make us a job center. And what we're talking about here today could very well do that, and that's why I am so delighted to be here. And I want to thank County Executive Pacenti, who's been a partner here, Joe Fusco, former mayor of Rome when I first took office. Griffo was mayor of Rome before I took office, and now state senator, and now Mayor Fusco, who has taken over. You
say it any way you
Fusco. I always say Fusco. I've said it wrong since he's been here. Fusco, sorry. And I want to thank everybody else, the New Air and Defense Alliance folks, for being here. So let me tell you what's going on. We all know that we have unmanned aircraft called drones for military application. They've done a great job at making us safe. And the job that the 174th over at Hancock, it's one of 6 places in the country that use the drones, deserve a lot of credit. But unmanned aircraft, drones, have a lot of commercial applications, a load of non-military applications that are just being started to be realized. And that is our opportunity here. Griffiths Airport, Central New York, and the region here in upstate New York has a chance to become the center of this new industry of applying unmanned aircraft to other activities. Let me give you some examples. They'd be great at monitoring the border. In fact, in the immigration bill that we passed, we called on the creation of drones over the northern and southern borders the application, the use of drones to stop illegal immigrants from crossing the border. We've had these horrible floods in Colorado. We've had forest fires out in California. These unmanned aircraft have a great application there. Agriculture. You all know the little crop dusters that come in and put chemicals. Well, drones, unmanned aircraft, could have a tremendous, tremendous chance to do this in a very effective way. That's, I think we have a picture. Here it is. Yeah, okay. These are unmanned, and they can either spray pesticide or lay seeds in a way far, far, far more effective than the little manned crop dusters that you see. The applications are huge, and we want to be the center of those. And here's the good news. The FAA has decided there should be 6 places chosen in the country that will be centers for developing the techniques for these unmanned aircraft, how they fly, how they integrate with commercial aircraft, how you deal with all of these issues. 50 areas applied. It's very coveted, and I'll tell you why in a minute. 25 were eliminated, so there are 25 left. And we here at the Consortium of New Air, based at Griffiths and led by Griffiths, right there, has a tremendous opportunity to be one of the 6. And just let me give you I'll give you the reasons in a minute, but let me show you the immense chances that what this could do. It's estimated that the unmanned aircraft industry will create 70,000 new jobs by 2017, 100,000 by 2025. The economic impact will be $82 billion. We want to get a chunk of that here. And that's why this application is sort of a doorway. A doorway. So it's not just the money that would be provided in the people who do this, but it's going to attract all these new companies that want to use unmanned aircraft for all the reasons I mentioned and many, many other applications. And if we are chosen as the place that trains, that sites, that figures out how you integrate this into commercial airspace, it's going to attract hundreds of companies that are interested in this area internationally. Why should we win? Well, 5 reasons. First, we have great facilities like Griffiths that can be used. Second, Hancock nearby, and this is a consortium of Utica and Syracuse, as well as parts of Massachusetts, to strengthen our clout. See where the dots are there in Cape Cod. So second, Syracuse is one of the 6 centers of military drone activity in the country. Third, we already have companies that are involved in this kind of research, particularly Lockheed Martin and Saab Census over in Syracuse. Fourth, we have an area that already prohibits commercial flight. We have unrestricted airspace near our Air Force base up in Jefferson County. And Fort Drum's restricted airspace gives us an opportunity to do the testing in a great way. And finally, we have lots of institutions like New York Institute of Technology and many other institutions of higher education that fit the sort of job pool that is needed here. So you put all that together, and we have a leg up. We should not win this by a nose. We should win this by several lengths. And I'm here today to announce that I will make a major push with the FAA that New Air Griffiths, the New Air Griffiths Consortium, is chosen, and that could open the door to all kinds of jobs here in Oneida County and in central New York. If New Air wins the designation, research will be done in the restricted airfields. It'll be a critical focus of assuring also that there are no invasions of privacy. People who are worried about these unmanned aircraft and restrictions on privacy, that they'll look into your backyard. those restrictions will be worked on and developed here as well, so that there are privacy restrictions. So you put that all together, and it's a tremendous, tremendous opportunity for jobs. As I mentioned, originally they were going to only have 4 sites. There are now 6. Of the 50 who applied, 25 have been eliminated. We're strongly in the running, and I'm very optimistic that we can actually make this happen and win this contract, which would be a huge shot in the arm to our economy here in the Mohawk Valley, in Oneida County, and in central New York in general. It's using our existing resources, Griffiths, Hancock, Fort Drum, and creating private sector jobs out of those public entities. And I am here to pledge to the folks in Oneida County that I will do everything I can to win this contract. I know the FAA administrator very well, and I will in person make the argument over and over again of why we deserve it. And then we can become a world center of what will become one of the faster growing industries in the country and the world, which is the civilian application of unmanned aircraft. With that, anyone else going to speak, Tony? Okay, Commissioner, you're on.
Sir, all right. Thank you.
Thanks. Sorry, Fusco.
Thank you, Senator Schumer. Just some quick information with regard to Griffiths. Griffiths International Airport is partnered with New Air in an effort to attain the test site designation from the FAA as a UAS National Airspace Integration Test Site. New York and Massachusetts, our partners with New Air, they possess some outstanding qualities for this test site, which include a high concentration of academic research, industry expertise, and UAS experience. They also have special use airspace, such as we do, over the Adirondacks, over Lake Ontario, here in New York, and they also have special use airspace, as the Senator mentioned, over in Massachusetts, over what is called the Joint Base Cape Cod coastal airspace area. New Air's application included multiple test ranges and diverse airspace here in New York and in Massachusetts. The 2 primary test ranges are anchored, one here in Rome by Griffiths International Airport, and as I said earlier, by the Joint Base Cape Cod in Massachusetts. Griffiths is centrally located and positioned to bring many of these regional resources together. The test site, if we are selected, would enable the local companies here to further their own programs and research in support of the UAS integration effort, and would also attract funding to the region from projects from all over the country. Griffiths has several assets here that would easily facilitate the program as a test range. For instance, we have low airspace congestion in the area. We have a runway that's over 2 miles long, 11,820 feet by 200. We have an operating control tower, and we have crash rescue. We have plenty of hangar space for operations and maintenance. As you can see here, you probably saw some of the other nose dock facilities as you drove in. Though some of those will be completed probably by the end of next year. That's an additional 28,000 square feet of hangar space per building that we'll have on tap for any effort of this nature. We also have easy accessibility to the special use airspace to the north. It's only about 15 miles from here. The Rome Lab is located here, part of the Air Force. Been operating here for many years. They have their own UAS program, and they've been flying for a number of years and are currently located out at Stockbridge, where they operate the small classes of UAV. So we already have a test bed here with plenty of expertise and experience. We also have the MVCC Aviation School located on the airfield. We're currently in talks with the school and with New Air we're looking at the development of a potential UAS curriculum for the flying and maintenance of these platforms as we move forward in the industry. We also have the Eastern Air Defense Sector here on Griffiths Park. We're also in close proximity to SUNY IT, the Nano Center. They are clearly in the forefront of technology, and there's certainly some synergies there that will be created between this industry and the Nano Center industry. We also have another 250-acre site that's available here on the airfield that we are preparing for future development for manufacturing and maintenance in the aeronautical realm. We're also in very close proximity to the Cyber Alliance members of New Air as well. And as you can see, all these assets that I've mentioned here that are available at Griffiths or in close proximity to Griffiths make it a prime location for the FAA as a UAS test program site. And with that, I would like to introduce Mary Carol Krushicki, the Executive Director of the Cyber Alliance, and let her talk about her part of this partnership.
Thank you.